Welcome back to the morning show on XL7 TV. Bob Zdora of the Z Team, and it's time for This Week in Real Estate.
Yes,
Spit
sir.
it out, Bob. We'll get her there.
Practice.
Well, you know.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
How's Mr. Zdora?
I'm great. Weather's good. Better for people traveling.
We've been getting a little bit of rain, so everything's changing colors the way it should be.
Things are a little more green instead of brown. That's always a good thing.
That's a matter of opinion.
But that's what you got to cut. You don't cut it when it's brown,
But
right?
I'm colorblind, so I don't have any idea what color
Do you
it's
get like
supposed to be.
light colored? Do you get like lights and darks?
If it's light, no cutting. If it's nice and dark, cutting.
Yeah, okay. It's green, so you can work.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
That's green?
It is green. It's green out there.
You ever
Green
mess
is
with
the
anybody that's been colorblind before?
Jason is.
Yeah?
Yeah, I try not to mess with him too much, but he's
No, because it's
had
aggravating.
issues.
You just can't help it.
And you tell people,
Right.
well, I'm colorblind. And the first thing they say, well, what color
color
is
is
this?
it?
If
Like
I
it's a
knew, I
test.
would tell you.
I
Hello?
wouldn't say I was colorblind.
Oh, gosh. In the real estate market, how are things?
Settling down a little. I think we're getting a little more of what we probably would have called normal in the past, as far as volume and things that are coming. There was a house came up in Cotter for a day, and she had like 6 offers on it that day. So that's unique stuff on the water, stuff on the lake, stuff with big views, unique type properties. They're still going. There's a lot of people that are looking for them, and houses in neighborhoods that are priced well will go also. We're not seeing as many people coming to buy them for investments. We're seeing people buy them to live in them, and that's a good thing.
Let's change things up a little bit. Let's
Yes, sir.
go ahead and talk about the numbers now, and then we'll pick up some things out of those numbers that we want to talk about.
We can do that. This week in real estate, there were 52 new listings came on the market, 4 commercial properties, 13 parcels of land, 36 homes came on the market. They range in price from $98,000 to $395,000. 6 of those had taken backups. The average sale price coming on the market was $223,000. There were 29 sales, which is down some from last week. 2 commercial properties, 13 parcels of land, 14 homes sold. They range in price from $79,000 to $460,000. Average sale price this week was $216,000 with 58 days on market. That's low. But a total of $3 million in real estate closed this past week. So
How
even
much?
though three. So even though I say it's slowing down, I mean, that's still an appreciable amount of revenue that runs through the local economy. Currently, we have 241 homes, so we picked up another one. Year to date, this year there's been 796 homes have sold for $174 million. The average sale price this year is $219,000 with 82 days on market. Last year there had been 858 homes that sold for $167 million. Average sale price was $195,000 with 91 days on market. Interest rates as of the other day, and it's a moving target. So for 30-year fixed rate mortgages, 573. For FHA, VA, things like that, it's 512, and you can get a 15-year mortgage for about 5.1. So just to give you some idea of how things are going, which has always been the concept of the show anyway, give you some ideas.
So this year, there has been $7 million more closed in sales,
Yes.
but there's been 60 houses less?
Yeah. And that's, the house is a number of bigger houses, as we refer to them, the stuff in the $500,000-$600,000 range. More of those have sold this year than last year. Last year, people were buying stuff that was just coming on the market. Like I say, investors would buy them, turn them into rentals, try to turn them into VRBOs, those types of things. This year, you're seeing more people coming to buy things to live in. Maybe as a second home, but to live in, not
But
so
their
much
ultimate
investment.
goal is to be here.
Well, because the rates make it a little, your return on investment is a little harder when you're paying 6% on a commercial loan, because you may not be getting a regular mortgage if you're not going to be living in the house. The banks want to know, you can have 2 houses, the IRS says you can have 2 houses and take the deductions on that. You get into 2, 3, 4, 5 homes, and there's people that have got that. You're paying that bigger interest rate. It's a little harder to make money on them.
Yeah, because now it's an investment rate,
Exactly.
not a
Exactly.
living rate.
And you don't know what it's going to be 6 months from now, a year from now. That's the other part that has got some people.
Some of the folks that bought homes last year were playing the market.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they could see the
Sure.
trend, market prices are going up.
Yeah.
Arkansas was a good prime picking area to come and get some low-cost housing.
Throughout the state, actually.
Yeah, not just our area,
Yeah,
but
right.
all of Arkansas. And you get people coming in from Texas, Louisiana, California, Chicago, Illinois, those areas to where the prices, and their market was good as well.
Oh, yeah.
For selling, but they're getting bigger dollars and come double their money basically when they
Sure.
come here.
Oh, yeah.
Either buy twice the house or buy 2 houses or 3.
Or just they would buy one cash, you just hold the money, and maybe they'll buy an RV, maybe they'll buy a boat, maybe they'll travel a little bit. So that was what most people, when they leave what was home for them to come someplace else, they want to buy that home cash, they don't want to have any debt, and then they want to be able to live their life. Because generally, they're a little older and it's about time to retire. They may still have, if they can work from home, they may have a year or 2 left, but it's different working from home than it is 9 to 5 in the office, driving traffic and all the things that go
Right.
with that. So I think that we see more people that come here to live, and we see that in the restaurants. You see that in the new businesses that open up. You know, the guy who comes and says, I always wanted to, and then can do it here because it's less expensive to do it here. There's less restrictions on you when you try to do it, whatever it may
Whatever
be.
it is, yeah.
Right. And so people are able to live out parts of their life that they really couldn't before in where they came from. And it's an interesting turn on things.
What we see when people move here is an increase in traffic. We see the increase of homes. We now, for the first time in a long time, are starting to see some homes being built in our area, in the city limits of Mountain Home.
Yeah.
Now, there's, throughout the years, always been some houses in the county on a small parcel of land, 10, 20, 30, 40 acres. But I was driving through Indian Creek just the other day. There's 4 or 5 new houses being built in Indian Creek.
Yeah, it was funny because we did the same thing, and same thing over at Big Creek. We rode through there, just kind of get a feel for things and riding through some of the neighborhoods, and that's what we were both like, wow. And you don't realize, and those aren't spec houses. Those are homes being built for people. I talked to somebody about the census the other day, and the census is way behind the curve for us because the count was done in 19, and then in 20, everything exploded. So we probably got 7,000 more people in the county
I wonder if they'll
than we had before.
do another special count.
I don't think they do that.
Oh, they have. Yeah, they have.
Have they?
Yeah, because I was on the council when we did one.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember.
I'm sure the county would like to do that.
Yeah, I don't remember what the driving force when we did it, but yeah, they can do that. It is something that can be done. I was at lunch yesterday afternoon, and there happened to be a young man that's building houses sitting across from me. I said, "Hey, what are you doing these days?" And he said, "Well, I'm actually building spec houses."
Really?
I said, "You're not building customs?" I said, "I figured you'd be building customs." He says, "No." He said, "There's such a need for spec homes right
there
now. We get them in the dry and they're sold."
I was just going to say, yeah, they don't spec for long.
Yeah.
People come by, and then it becomes a custom because
They can finish
they're
it
in
out
the dry.
way
They can
want it.
finish out the way you want it. Right.
He said that's been our niche is we get them in the dry and people will come in and say, "Well, if I want this color, will you do it?" And said, "Sure,
Sure.
we'll
sure.
finish it out any way
You
you
want this
to."
floor covering? You want these types
Absolutely.
of chandeliers?
Now,
Sure.
our price is going to change because
yeah.
you're asking for different things, but we'll be glad to help you with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Which to me is a good idea. What are you seeing out in the realty world for? My big concern is the first-time home buyers. Is there anything out there for them right now?
It's still hard. There's some stuff that comes up, but it's a two-sided thing. The kids don't want to put any effort. Some kids, many of the kids, don't want to put the effort in. When we bought our first house, I walked in and it was an old couple owned it, and it was just a little Cape Cod. But I walked in, I said, if we took this wall out, we could It would make this room much bigger, to make the dining room bigger. Eventually, we could put a dormer on. We could put bigger windows in there, and I knew it was going to happen that day, but that was the plan.
Yeah.
And so that's what you do, and then you build equity in the house, and then you move on to the next one. But the kids want to move into mom and dad's house with the granite and the stainless wood, hardwood floors, not even good laminate, hardwood floors, all the gardens all done and everything else, because that's where they've been living. That's the life that they know. And it's like, thank God we can do that. But that's part of the problem. So instead of taking that house maybe that you could pick up less expensive, when they go in there, no, this is going to be too much work.
I'll tell you what I did one time. I had you seen them big sets of glasses? The big old, way oversized. Yeah. And I took a young couple out. They'd only been married about 3 weeks. And of course they're dreaming. Hey,
sure.
we want to do, this is back when real estate was really affordable.
Well, that's part of it too.
And I took the glasses, I handed them to the woman and said, try these on. She said, oh, they're too big. And I said, well, give them to your husband. Maybe they'll fit him. And he said, saying I have a big head? I said, no, just try them on. And he put them on and he said, no, they don't fit me either. What's the point? He says. He's getting a little defensive. I said, oh, chill out. I said, those are my potential glasses. What do you mean? I said, now I'm going to take you to some homes. You have to look through these glasses and look at the potential. They're so big because the potential of these homes is big.
Is big, right?
And the lady said, after we got done 3 hours later, she said, you're right. That one house you sold us really has a lot of big potential.
Yeah.
And that's what they need to get back to. They have to understand that as a first-time home buyer, the potential of what they're looking at, not the finished product.
Sure.
And it may take you 5, 6, 7 years.
Well, exactly. And then, like I say, you build the equity,
But
and
you're
you
not
got a
paying
return on
rent.
that investment.
Exactly
Well,
right.
yeah, because you got to live somewhere, and it's yours.
It's the biggest number one investment they will make
Exactly.
together.
Not that first one necessarily, because life will go on, but that's the biggest investment you make. And that, for a lot of people, that's their retirement funds, for that matter.
Yeah.
That they live in, and you're living in it. That's the one thing about it. You're living in the house. You're enjoying the house. You take the memories with you. You're going to have birthday parties, christenings, weddings, whatever it may be in there. And then you get a little older, and then you downsize. And so you realize that you can't be out there on that 10 acres because you can't push that tractor around anymore.
Right.
And you got a barn full of stuff that you're never going to use. You call Tim Walker, have him come out and sell it all off, and you move into something small in town so it's easier to get to church, to the doctors, not as much to clean up.
Yep.
And that's just the cycle of life.
But on the flip side of that, as a first-time home buyer, go buy you that little small house in town.
Exactly.
Plan to stay there. Don't plan on leaving in a year.
Yeah,
plan
no.
on staying there 3 to 5.
Sure.
Build that equity up. Sell it for what you can get. Take that money and move to the bigger house on a little bit of property out of town.
And
so it just flips sides.
And we took ours,
Trade
and
places.
like I say, it was just a little house, and that's what we ended up doing. We put a dormer on the front. We put a dormer on the back. We redid the backyard as the kids. We acquired children, and they got a little older. We were there.
Bobby, don't acquire.
We were there for
the
20.
children.
Well, they were just. They were there. They were like.
Just all of a sudden,
Just
9
all of a
months
sudden,
there they
boom!
were.
Like yeah. And we were able to make it a home for them, and then we were in that house for pushing 20 years. Very unusual, especially now.
Yeah.
But that's what you do, and you live there. You take the memories with you. We still remember things that we do, and we sit around and we talk about stuff. Oh, remember this, remember that. Memories go with you.
Would you trade out of where you are for that?
No, of course not. Of course not. No.
Absolutely not.
No.
How do they get a hold of you?
Call my honey. She's at 870-405-0793. She's the one who keeps all the calendars and everything. If you call me, I'm going to say, I don't know. I go where she tells me to go. When she tells me to go, that's how it works. But call her, 870-405-0793. The website's retiredtoarkansas.net, and you can contact us on there. The whole MLS is on there. It's real easy to search, and give us a call. I mean, we've been doing this for a long time. We made our mistakes early on, recovered. There's nobody I know that's going to chase. Nobody's ever chased me out of a store saying, "That's that guy."
That's the guy.
Yeah, I get, hey, that's the guy with this. That's all right. We appreciate that.
Bob and Linda Zdora, 870-405-0793 is their number. Retiredarkansas.net is their website. Go check them out. You'll be glad you did. Thanks for watching The Morning Show on XL7 TV. We'll be back with Friday Sports in just a moment.